Welcome to the shit list, everybody. Okay, maybe I should stop and explain what's actually meant by that, because Raz preemptively recorded a run with Zell and uploaded it and just put the shit list in the title with no explanation at all. Let me attempt to elaborate on what that is. Around Dystopia, sometimes we have conversations about, well, we all do, not just Dystopia, everybody in this community does, about who's good, who's not good, who's worth pulling for, who isn't, and, you know, over the course of pulling on stuff and getting characters, obviously, we find that some characters are better than others. And some characters are just straight up bad. And it's no, I don't even want to hear, you just don't know how to use them. That is not the point. Of course, any character can work if you build around them, but everyone's kits are designed differently, and some are not just better than others. Like I said, some of them are just bad. Terra is unfortunately in that camp. Now, I don't want to offend Terra fans by saying that. I'm a Terra fan. Look, I bought the costume, for God's sakes. I don't want her to be as bad as she is, but facts are facts. Her kit is awkward. Her stacking is strange. Why do we have to HP attack so many times? It's uncomfortable using her. So what we've decided to do is do a little something called the shit list, where we bring characters that are generally considered to be not that great and get them through a chaos. Now, you could carry them with meta units, you could find a way to make them work on a team that complements them. As long as you win with a character that's considered not that great, then that's a shit list run. That's what we're calling it until we come up with a better name. Now, this time I opted to bring Zack, and I'm very glad that I did, mainly for this wave. Because the rest of it, it's alright, but everybody knows these Krakens, they get stupid turn rate, they just keep hitting you. Like, look, this would be death right here if Zack wasn't there. Even though they've just delayed his turn into infinity, he's still doing it. Look, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Because the first time I did this, I used my favorite team currently, which would be Ami, Kais, and Garnet. Blew it away, no problem. Because we had enough, you know, deletes and high damage with the launches and stuff to where we didn't have to worry about any of the stuff that they're doing. They just died immediately. And then we also had the challenge quest, which was Shantoto, Kryl, and Porom. Now with Porom here, the last thing you have to worry about is dying. So I wasn't even concerned with any of this. But now we got to bring a tank, and Zack's my favorite one, so here we go. Of course, Garnet is here so that everybody else can actually hit something. I'm going to say it, I think that Garnet is one of the best investments anybody could make. Because I saw some doubters and naysayers saying, okay, well, she's just another imperiled unit, like whatever. First of all, there have been so many stages since she came out where ranged attackers are resisted, and some of our best characters right now are ranged attackers. So bring Garnet and you can use them. You're all good. And everybody knows all the wonderful things she does. She's got the battery, the healing, obviously the imperils, free skills. She's very good. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I just realized this team has 2 out of 3 alt costumes. We'll take a look at that. I didn't bother getting Zack's because I don't really like his alt. I think that his original looks a lot better. So, why bother? I think that was the first rush assault that I used, because his turn just kept getting set back and he really didn't have much of an opportunity. And this, believe it or not, was harder than it looked. I mean, thank God for that Ami friend, because I think that last wave we would have just been toast with this team. I'm sure there's other ways around it besides Ami cheese, but whatever works, man. It's all good. So they're almost dead, luckily. And I ended up, well, okay, spoiler alert. Also with this shit list run, how I'm going to do my shit lists is I'm going to keep the shit character in the whole time. Like, I'm not going to, because I don't think that's really fair, is to be like, hey, look, I did it with this character, and then you swap that character out for one of the best characters ever. It's kind of not my thing. But no offense to anybody else who wants to do it that way. I'm just speaking my thoughts here. I'm trying to think of other characters who would make it to that list. Zell is at the top of the list. So, good for you, Raz. You've got the crappiest character in this game. Who else sucks? Deuce would probably be in here. most of Final Fantasy X. And again, I am not saying this because I don't like these characters. Far from it. In fact, it's the exact opposite. I love these characters, all of them. And I think that Square did some of them rotten with their kits in this game. Namely, basically all of Final Fantasy X, aside from who? Auron is the best one right now, and a close second, not even that close, would be Wakka. Everybody else, Square's not doing it for them. And from now until where JP is in the timeline, none of them have gotten bursts, LD. Well, I think Kamari got him an LD, but even so, like, he didn't get enough to really be on the level of other characters. And I'm not even talking game-breaking meta. They don't really need to be. Just something that gives them... They're all just missing something. They just needed more. And they still do, unfortunately. So, Square, please get on it. And Terra, too. Give her burst already. We all want it. We all miss the days of the Midoyo Meta Queen back when level 60s first came around. She was the best, and now she's just fallen from grace, unfortunately. But we'll get this done. It's gonna be all right. And the TCC podcast has yet to release their TCC challenge for this event. I love when they miss the guy with the indestructible shield. Are you kidding me? Anyway, yeah, they have yet to release their challenge for this, but they did say on their podcast that you should expect for certain imperilers to be banned. Garnet will definitely be banned. She has been banned from basically all of them. I mean, there's been a few where you could bring her, but for the most part, they ban her because she makes fights way easier. So it makes sense to ban her. I love boarded Zack. I just realized this whole team is boarded except Terra. I did not bother giving her character boards. But I am curious as to what her boards actually do for her, other than just higher damage. That's what everyone's boards do, but some people get additional perks, like, say, Forum, for example. I brought her up earlier, but I did her character board, and she actually gets a 5% increase to attack and max brave for your whole team. I'd say that's worth a character board. That's pretty nice. I don't know of anybody else. I'm sure they're out there, but I don't know of anybody else offhand who their character boards enhance not just themselves, but the whole team. So if anybody knows, let me know, because I'm not sure if anybody else has that. I know Cloud's... Yeah, some of them have unique stuff. Like, Cloud's is cool because with his character board, he has the finishing touch buff already active. You know how normally for Cloud players, you guys already know that to get his buffs on, you have to use the finishing touch right away, which sucks because that's a launch attack. You only get 4 of those. So you kind of just waste one for buffs instead of using a launch opportunity at the precise moment. You kind of just waste one of those to get your buffs on, and that sucks. But with Cloud's character boards, you don't have to do that anymore, which is nice. I do have to say, even though I'm saying she's shitlist, she still hits pretty nice. It's just her... It's not her damage that's the problem. It's just her kit mechanics. It's that... I don't remember what it's called, but that crystal hovering over her head. Just how it drops, then goes back up, and you're kind of stuck HP attacking. I mean, she still works. She's no Zell, don't get me wrong, but she just needed more, man. That's all I'm saying. But the dual cast ain't bad. However, compared to other characters who use their EX, then their HP attack changes, I'm thinking of like Vivi and Aiko. Theirs at least hit twice and do splash damage. Terra's just hits twice. So, yeah. And then you have Zidane with the... It reminds me of characters who use the X's and then one of their skills changes. Zidane's mug skill is so underrated. Oh my god. When he does that launch, then afterwards he gets that mug, for those who don't know. His brave attack changes to an attack called mug. It's a gravity hit, then brave attack, then HP attack, instant turn rate, doesn't consume turn count. So it's just like a bunch of damage and a bunch of great stuff right away. And his EX is up fairly often, so you can kind of just keep doing that. I mean, it's not on the levels of like Alisei fast, but it's fast enough. Speaking of Alisei, I might actually purple her, because I want to say I have 5 copies of her EX. and the rest. I think I maxed out the rest of her stuff, but I've been on the fence of whether or not I want to do it. I mean, I keep seeing other people, namely dystopians, who are just rocking shit with Alizé, and I want that. But I'm also thinking about future polls, who I'm going to max out next. I don't know. It's up in the air. Like for Alti's challenge quest, I'm good. I just got to pull Alti's LD and then I got my team ready. I don't have to use any ingots for that. But for Dash's, I don't have anybody except for Shantoto and Alti. So that means I would have to either pull for Dash, which I really don't want to do, or I would have to pull for Yang, which I definitely don't want to do, or max out Onion Knight because I have his stuff. So that's probably the route I'm going to take so I can beat that challenge quest. I'm probably going to max out Onion Knight, use Alti, Onion Knight, and Shantoto. Probably with an Alexander summon just in case we need heals or something. I don't know yet, but that seems like the safest bet to me. And after that, I mean, I don't know. Like, I want Gabranth. I think he's next. He should be with the next chapter, which I think is right after the Dash event, if I'm not mistaken. They haven't announced it yet, but I think if you follow the JP timeline, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Look how awesome Zack is, hitting zeros. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, Zack, like, he's pretty timeless, I think. I mean, maybe timeless is the wrong word, but he got EX Plus such a long time ago, and he's still such a great unit. He's still so good. Big fan of him. I know I said I brought him mainly for the first wave, but he's doing good throughout. I mean, even here, he's making it so these behemoths can't really do shit to us. Can't get mad at that. This TCC, I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do because, again, for Imperilers, Garnet is my only one, really. I mean, I have Lulu at 2 out of 3, but she's synergy, so they're going to ban her. I don't know. Like, I don't have Raijin, I don't have Fujin. We'll see, I guess. But that does mean that, okay, that means that I'm basically locked into only mages. And this wave is just going to be hellish, because I don't really have fire mages other than Vivi, but he's base CX. He's not going to last for a TCC. Definitely not an extreme. No way. So we'll figure that out when the time comes, I guess. I'm surprised they haven't announced it yet. It'll probably be... They tend to do it right before a new event, and with Alti's Lost Chapter tomorrow, they'll probably announce it tomorrow. Hopefully they give people enough time to actually do it. Because I've noticed they've been cutting it a little bit closer to announcing them before the events happen. They keep drawing closer and closer to the release of the next event before they announce the TCCs. Macnell, you gotta give us more time. Come on, buddy. I'm just talking shit. I'm actually very thankful for all the stuff that the TCC podcast does and Macnell and all those guys. Like it really gives a lot of us something to do in our downtime with this game, because before it was just kind of like, all right, we'll beat this stuff, and then in our own time we'll go through and just run different team comps, like just for fun, just to see what works and all that kind of stuff. But he actually, I don't want to say just he, like those guys in general, actually gave a big section of the community something else to not even just play for, but I know people, and I'm actually one of those people, who will literally plan polls and resource spending around TCC challenges. No joke. Like, I talked to somebody today who's like, I'm probably going to purple Raijin because they barely banned him in TCCs and he's pretty good for Lufania. Like, yeah, that's... Congratulations, TCC. Your challenges that don't even really give anybody any resources or anything in the game at all have become part of people's poll plans. That's quite a feat. Something else I want to address is I've seen some people get, like, angry at other people who do TCCs. It's weird. Like, why are you doing this? You don't get anything out of it. Well, maybe I think it's fun. Well, why do you think it's fun when you don't get anything? Okay, we're going in circles. Like, if you don't want to do them, don't do them. But let us have our fun. What's your deal? And now we bring cheese because those shields are horrible. And like I said, we're keeping Terra in. So sorry, Zack. This actually works out better. He'll be back in a little bit. Gotta get rid of those shields so we can get the Imperial. Yeah, this is perfect because we have to get rid of those shields so Zack can actually do some damage. So the fact that I summoned here was smart, I'd say. So that's one. Okay, and then she can break the other one. Perfect. Perfect. See, her damage isn't bad. She does pretty good damage. It's just the awkward kit. But, you know, with Garnet by your side, I mean, you're going to be hitting harder too. Like, as far as I know, she doesn't have really, like... I mean, she doesn't have, like, damage increase auras or overflow auras or anything like that, I don't think. I don't think she has overflow. I think it's all just Imperil and battery and, like, attack auras and stuff. Like, she's not, like... somebody like Aerith, who has max overflow up for the team. Which, speaking of her, that Aerith LD and JP, my god! Oh, that looks beautiful. Like, I lose track of all the crazy stuff it does. Like, if I'm not mistaken, okay. It triggers a follow-up attack. It regenerates your whole team's Brave on every single turn. I think it does something with buffs or debuffs. Like, it just does so much that you'd have to be a fool to skip it. Unless you just really, really, really don't like Aerith, then you should probably just pull anyway because the weapon is that good. I know I'm gonna pull for it. I mean, it's what, like a year away from where we are, but I'm already like, yes, give it to me now. Okay, Zack is about to come back in and save Garnet from getting hit because she's still getting targeted. Yeah, see, she's almost spent, and they both have half life. But we'll make it work. Alright, Zack's back. Okay, I don't know if they lost Imperils or not, probably not, but just in case they did, now everything's back. Zack is hooked up to actually do some damage. We dropped the oh, okay. I thought the apocalypse was ready. It wasn't. I looked away for a second. Okay, there we go. Rush him. Probably a better idea anyway. Her dual cast does help her last a little longer though. So that is one good thing that she has. Again, she is no Zell, but still could use some serious work. Definitely. There's the apocalypse. Spoke too soon before. Yeah, he is definitely a character who lived up to all the hype of how good he was. I mean, do you remember those days? Chapter 7, everybody's like, save your stuff for Zack. If you don't have Zack, just go buy his EX from the shop. Like, it made perfect sense. He's really good still. Like, watch. Okay, so they just put that shield up. He's stacked. Shield is gone and broken. Zack's the man. Yeah, might as well use that last C65. Get everybody's Brave up. Yeah, I think that's like I think her C65 is like a Brave regen for the team. Like, she doesn't provide enough already just with her skills. Why not just give her more? Okay, now Terra, you gotta break it now. Which I don't think she does. Nah, no, okay, she got rid of the shield, but the Brave was untouched. Okay, just compare the two. Zack he was just swinging the sword. Shield gone and broken. Terra drops 1,000 meteors and the Brave is still glowing like he can kill us. So that's shitless. That's all I gotta say. With imperils on and stuff. Well, okay, he might have cleansed it, but still, she should have been able to do more than that. Yeah, she's hitting for like 700 something. With meteors, come on. Yeah, I think I stall here for some healing because I don't know if they're going to spam us with HP or not, but I figured it would be better to heal up as much as possible just in case. Yeah, we got to over 90 turns on this. I didn't realize it got that high. Yep. See, it was a good thing I did that, because I don't know if he would have been dead, but he would have been damn close. This is one I probably should have used her last skill, but I don't think it matters either way. There's her damage, though. She does get 9s pretty consistently, even though she's out of synergy, but awkward kit. I personally don't think she is as bad as people have said that she is, but she does have her problems, so she can be on the list. But that doesn't mean she's not usable, as you can see. This is a complete with all the requirements with Terra on the team. Definitely not perfect score, but that's not what we're going for. We're going for a win, and we got it. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.